Let's see if we can get this set up. I'll see now. I was waiting forever for my tables to start coming up. And I said, fuck it, I'll just start with 2. And then in the time it took me to press the goddamn button, 3 more popped up. But here we are. We got the... What is this? This is the 3K daily rebuy. I did the max late reg. Took the double buy-in. Immediately got cracked, so I took another one. So I'm invested 35 in this after the rebuy. Got 2 6 max 50 NLs at the bottom and 3 8 max or 9 max over here. And I'm looking for 1 more 9 max, and I think that'll set me up just fine. It's kind of the level I'm looking for is 4 of these, 9 max, 2 6 max, and a tournament. Nope. Haven't been streaming much this past week just because I was working on a lot of stuff and kind of mental game stuff, but needed to concentrate. But it's been going pretty well, and feel good. Starting today at 46.53.81, which is much higher than the previous high, because the last few days I've been able to crush cash games. Ran pretty well, figured out a couple things I was doing wrong, so that's always helpful. And we were able to make a little withdrawal today down at the Rio, just to cover the ends meet. Well, we got one call here. Go ahead and bet again. I mean, the main problem here is that King Queen is most likely hand. Sometimes he has King Jack, but I think we just check. Pocket 7s. I don't know if he's calling a 3rd barrel there. That's kind of interesting, though. I'll have to make a note on that. Like, I gave him every chance to get out of it. I'm gonna 3-bet that. Snap call. There have been a lot of fishy floppy guys past few days, so I'm not 100% sure what exactly they're doing, but this snap call kind of really bothers me because this player is kind of the most problematic. Fish sense. So he's like the biggest biggest landmine. Never mind. That's pretty hilarious, though. Like, you just automatically kill your action. I'm not calling with aces there. That's funny. How does that look? Yeah, that's alright. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. And then the 250s, and then the tournament. I think that looks alright. I guess I can move these over a little. Nope. Nope. Right to about there. That one to about there. I don't know what calls me pre-flop, calls that flop, and then folds on the 10-10-4. Unless you have exactly like jacks, I don't get it. Keeping my range wide here. I think if this checks around flop, we can go for bluffs on turn. We don't really need to go for bluffs on turn, but I'm going to bet half pot anyway. And I think I'm going to go for the showdown bet on the river if I get raised. It's, yeah. It could have definitely been beat. Or he could have had the same hand. Definitely King-Jack is in the range. Probably just had some kind of straight draw or something that missed. Oh yeah, so that's why the withdrawal number is higher, is because I took out another 500. Fucking bank account. Well, my debit card got hacked, so ended up with a bunch of charges. Now I have a bunch of money in limbo, waiting for it to come back, which really sucks. The fuck was that? So, player cold calls the ace-jack on the button. Fine. 9-9-4 calls. Another 4 calls. And then tries to bluff the river. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and call my buddy here. He likes to do a lot of donk kind of shit. He's only going to bet small, so we're going to go ahead and find out. He always just kind of donkeys. Sometimes the way he played the hand will really screw him up because, like, he might fold actually a better hand here. Because he likes to bet super small, and usually I'll raise him right on the flop. Just to push him off when he has nothing, but I decided to call that one and then raise turn. That's the kind of scenario that a player who does dumb shit like that can get into, where they end up looking at it and folding, you know, a better 9 or something. Bow, bow, bow. Been giving up the ace-jack a lot more. I mean, even if he hadn't raised, I would have folded. I mean, knowing what I know of this player, I probably should 3-bet him. But the ace-jack, it's one of those ones where I think we need an adjustment for WSOP, because in the first 3 spots, I really feel like I just end up in weird situations. Obviously, if it's suited, I'm not folding it. But I think just straight up the ace-jack, I think we can actually give that up with the pool that I'm playing against. Normally, no. Normally, you don't need to fold the ace-jack. Let's see. Pair of 8s. I think we'll just go ahead and bet and take it down. I mean, it's basically top pair. See, this is the kind of dumb shit I'm talking about. We'll do this with like a 4. A shitty 4. Or even just a 5. I mean, it's stupid to just call him. You should just put him in. Unless you just have a monster. 9-8, yeah. 4 with the 3. Alright, that kind of makes sense. Although if I'm this guy, I just put him in. It's not like what's the, you know, if you're gonna call it off on the turn if he misses, why not just put him in on the flop? Like, what card is gonna come that's gonna be good for you and bad for him, right? Like, other than like a 9 or an 8, and he's not gonna know that. But if a spade comes off, it just absolutely kills your action. So I think the move there is just a jam. That's a pretty good flop. This player does some kind of weird things I've noticed. I'm just going to raise just a little bit. I just need to be fucking with this guy, because he'll go off for the pile. It's weird. I've done it to him so much. I don't really understand. Like, he should just know by now when I'm in a pot with him, I'm going to do it. Like 90% of the time, so why do it? But he's not... I think we can check that. I would like to lead it. No, that was a limped pot. I probably should have let it. And we'll 3-bet here. I'm going to bet the turn here. Jack's not awesome. There's a lot of hands that check now have a pair, but that's a pretty good to flop. I gotta check here to this guy. Guess we just go big. Hopefully he's got 2 pair or something. Yeah, I don't know. I think he just had like a pair of 8s or whatever, maybe. Something like 10 jack, maybe. Okay. Spin might go for it here. Because Ron only opens to minimum, so it can be a little dangerous because he's going to do the same with aces and junk. But obviously he has more junk because he plays a lot of hands. Yeah, see, this is the move right here. This is min bet shit. This is old man politics right here. This is the dumbest shit. Well, how do you raise me with nothing? Because you're a fucking idiot. Even that raise was less than a c-bet should have been. I think we want to go ahead and raise Drew. No free flops, sir. Do I want to call this one? Yeah. Woof. It's a bad flop. So Drew limp calls. And top pair is pretty good. I'm just going to go ahead and bet it like it's a pocket pair. It's nice to have 9s because it cuts down on set combos. Although I don't think he has too many sets because he's going to be raising... I think he raises 6s there. Pre-flop. I know Drew and he's pretty reasonable. So he's just limping something like a suited, you know, connector, gappy, crappy shit. 5-7 suited or something. That's not bad, but I like to take my equity, so I'm just going to check. Other players shouldn't have too much of this, especially with that bet. Check back. Ace-5, yeah, the 5. Kind of rough. I don't think we get him off it by going bet, 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 because I never have a 7. The only way he believes me is if I flopped a set, and nobody's going to go bet, bet, bet that way. So I think it's one where calling there is good, because that's one where if I make the straight, I can actually go for value, because I'm not supposed to have any 4s. Hey, Jack's all over. This is kind of, yeah. I don't know how often these players 3-bet with garbage, so it's not bad. Player leads at me. I am gonna raise. He could be just fully pulling a move, or he could actually have a 4, but yeah. It's just there's no point in just calling there because when the overcard comes off, he's going to try to rep it anyway. So this player leads. I'm going to go ahead and bet. He could have a pair and be goating here, but I think we're better off raising. I think we're always better off raising, but I think this is one of those ones where it's like we could have 9s, we could have 4s. Queen comes off. It's kind of an issue for me. I'm going to go ahead and bet again. Nice. Yeah, I think he may have had like an ace-jack kind of hand, maybe even ace-10. He could have had some pocket pair that's kind of weird, but I don't think too often that's the case. This isn't bad. I don't know how often this player goes apeshit. He's probably got me beat. I mean, I'm not going to... That's kind of a weird... I mean, is this just like a pair of jacks or ace king like every time? I mean, I obviously don't have a deuce. Does he go for a queen value? I'm going to fold. I'm not in the business of hero calling. I'd like to let him think. He definitely had me beat. He had a pair. But I'd like to let him think he made me think that I thought he had ace king, which I never give him credit for there. That's what that small bet's supposed to represent. I'm going to turn my ringer off. Sorry you guys heard that. Ding dong was my phone. Queens. It's going to bet small. This isn't the worst flop for me to have an ace on. Like, there's much worse flops. I mean, he's going to have some aces, but not super strong ones, so I'm going to be able to go bet, bet, bet. I think I need to make this pot as big as possible versus you pre-flop. Yeah. It's a nice removal scenario where he's going to have king, queen a bunch and go ape shit, or ace jack and go ape shit. And obviously queens in the blind is awesome. You're making weird raises, sir. He's typing in his sizes, which is silly. 1, 2, 3. Get 3-bet by Walt. I think we'll call. Check. And we'll definitely call that. Ooh. Can he have a pair bigger than mine? For sure. But he should be just at least a little concerned about me having the king. See, now he's betting half pot again. I don't know about this. Like, yeah. If I had like nines, I think I would continue, but sevens is just too weak. Because that bet kind of screams pair. And how often is he going to have a pair of, fives? Or a six in his hand? Nah, I think that's got to be jacks plus. I mean, he could have had the king, right? It's a possibility. It's just not likely. And when I'm looking at those scenarios, I kind of disregard the king because it's so unlikely. Spin's going to 3-bet this a lot if I call, so I'm going to fold. The queen five's definitely good enough to call on the button here. The queen suited. There's Choo-Choo growling. Oh, he's having a nightmare. Okay. Gut shot, backdoor flush. Oh, Chi-Chi's having a nightmare. I think we call that all day. Double gutter, now we can actually bet. I'm going to take one here. Just because this player's a little weird. Yeah, these are weird bets. I should raise this. Next time. I can't really explain it, but I feel like... I mean, I can. He probably has a hand with a great amount of equity. Because it looked like he was kind of trying to get to the river. So he either had a pair that he didn't want to give up, or he had some kind of monster draw. Look at this. Right, raise. And the slow roll. He wasn't slow rolling. He was genuinely confused as to how the fuck that happened. Out of position, range 3 bets me. You can have it, sir. King Queen is no good. You never know why people do things. I mean, he could have misclicked it, but it's kind of hard to do. And that was not a re-raise hand, so like if he had Ace Queen and then he accidentally did that, it's like, oh well, he could have been going for the 3/4 pot bet and accidentally jammed it in. Ugh. Oh, somebody might be going off here. Crazy tilt monster might be out. Aces, first of the day. No. I think over-raising here is the move. This is only like 2 blinds higher than it should be, but... I mean, considering I have the Ace of Spades, he can definitely have Ace Queen. He can definitely have Queens, I guess, or Eights. But I don't think we fold. Ugh. I mean, I'm never supposed to stop betting. If he's going to call a 3-bet and then call that flop bet, I'm never supposed to fold. But if I don't have the Ace of Spades in my hand, he just kills his fucking action, so... That's a fun one. I love how he called 12 big blinds pre-flop with that. It's fine. I don't mind losing a pot to that guy. I've gotten the full value when he jams that turn with Ace Queen or King Queen with the King of Spades. I got it on him twice yesterday, as a matter of fact. I can think of. It wasn't aces. I had kings, and the other time I had queens. We'll call any amount pre-flop, huh? I'd love to call this, but I can't. See, that jack just gets me in trouble. I mean, and once that turn comes down, it's like... Yeah, 30 more behind. I have to call it. It's fine. Just because he has way too many combos of King Queen with the King of Spades and King Jack with the King of Spades or King 10 with the King of Spades. It's just a weird coincidence that he actually had the every flush. There's not even that many combos of flushes left. Alright, I'll just call here. Nope. There's a nice benefit of not raising pre-flop. This keeps this pot small. So we'll just check. The ace sucks. Because I was going to bet this turn, but, well, I guess if he checks, I can bet it. Yeah, but he's not going to give up an ace, right? Queen 10. Well, he was not going to give up an ace. We know that. But, Jesus. Gut shot on the turn when you could just be drawing absolutely dead. I could have King Jack very easily. And then he hits his straight and fucking goes broke.
I have a question.
What's that?
I have a question.
What's that?
Is it that that all people like wipe with their right?
No, I'm sure lefties don't.
I'm a lefty.
Well, but no, you're more ambidextrous.
True.
You're aspidextrous.
I just wonder because I think about it a lot. A lot of toilets when I sit down.
A lot?
Well, I didn't mean to say that, but a lot of toilets when I sit down, toilet paper is always on the left.
Not in my bathroom.
Oh, true.
Remember, it's a mirror. I'm not sure how often we get value here, but I think this bet's just cute enough to get called. 7 makes a straight, and the half pot bet is 777. That's funny. I was gonna change it, but then it came up like that, and I was like, I don't know. Pachyderm might be thinking about something here. He might have the flush with me. Nah, he's not doing nothing. He's calling. Raise, Merc. Yeah, it's a flush. And the nutty flushy. Oh, he rivered his set. That's why he was thinking about it. That's that thing I was talking about. Like when people improve their hand on that street, they're very unlikely to fold. Like a 7 beats him, every spade combo beats him. You know, a 3 beats him. But you just can't fold a set. I'm surprised he didn't lead it. That kind of shows a little more discipline. I'm just going to call this one. I could 3-bet it, but I think we're better off keeping the pot small because this player compulsively 3-bets. So I'm going to go ahead and call. Doesn't barrel compulsively, so I think we're very sure that he's got me beat. He's a solid player. He can have every king, and he can have pairs and everything that beats jacks. Anybody else I'm probably 3-betting except him. Alright. Ron not raising minimum for once. Checked. I'm going to bet half pot. He snap calls. 10 on the turn's not bad. I'm going to bet again, more for blockers. Get 3-bet by Drew. This is a little... because it's not a very big 3-bet. I'm going to jam on him. It's kind of weird. I could be just smashing right into aces here, but I think with ace-king suited, I have to do this out of first. Plus, you see me jam aces and kings. I mean, I don't think he's got it in him to fold queens, but we'll see. So the blind's in here, and he could have a 3, but I can have a 3 very much as well. I just called pre-flop, so I think we just call here. And we can check now. Ooh, look at that, takedown. I think we can bet here. Let's just check this. Yeah, 10s are good. Get raised on the turn. I think we do have to call this player and then check and allow him to bet. But it's definitely the right play. He almost folded it. And whatever. Once I jam in, there's no mistake anyway because I'm 45. Actually, I'm like 48 versus 52. So I like it. Just sucks to lose it, but very easily could have won it. Ooh, speaking of hands I can win. Big raise. Big, big, big raise. This guy's a little weird with the way he plays his hands, so I think that's the best way to get him committed. Like, if he has, like, pocket nines there, he'll just jam it. But,
You want pizza?
no. I can't eat pizza anymore, really.
Oh.
Something that makes me very upset, actually. I think we can only check here. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, couldn't get a queen on the turn? I'm going to kill... I mean, I like this table, but I'm going with my standard doubly ditch. I've had kings 3 times in this tournament so far. They've all worked out okay, but it's only been small pots. So let's make a bigger pot.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that a dog?
I don't know what it was.
I think that was one of his toys.
Definitely was from outside.
Right? It sounded like it was outside. Well, this is kind of ideal. We're going to get called twice here, but that's good. Because we should just be up against ace-queen, maybe some other pair, another ace over here. Getting called twice is kind of better here than only getting called once. Because it means that the aces are split up. Well, no they're not. They're in this guy's hand. Well, at least he was a short stack. Oh, but I did hit the king, so that's a good thing. I was resigned to lose. Then I hit the old 2-outer. Well, that's nice. I mean, what the fuck? I'm gonna fold fucking... Nobody's supposed to do anything differently there. I would imagine he's more correct, though, because not only did he have aces, but I think he's supposed to lose, so he did both those things good. Where am I at now in this? 30th out of 123. I don't do these much, but this table seems to be lending itself to it. These are awkward. Definitely going to bet a little bit bigger than standard. Shit. Nine on the turn is not awesome. Look at this fucking moron with queen 10. I'm just going to check here. My timing got fucked up because of the delay. So I don't really have bluffs now. Yep, all this is fucked up. God damn it. Check.
GG, you gotta move.
Checky, checky. Well, see, now it's working. Another double gutter. The 7's not the best because 8-7 is very common if we are getting trapped. Just gonna check. Check fold. I mean, what is that? With this player behind, I can't do shit. That sucks. It's so fucking lame. Once I fold, this player should have no folds in his fucking game, but of course he's got folds. Okay. And then just jammed 300 blinds into the pot versus a limp. I don't love this, but I'm not going to fold the flush draw right away. Easy call. That sucks. Although it does create a really intense bluffing situation if you want to take it. Because now the queen is the nuts. I don't know if anybody doesn't bet the ace here, though. Okay, what's going on with my fucking mouse? There we go. Plus the board was paired. Like, that's a hard one to get action. Even from the ace of spades on that board. But the other guy... This guy just had the ace of spades. Or a set. It filled up. I'm gonna bet. Calls. Spade on the turn is interesting. I'm gonna check. Spade on the river is shit. Plus it's an ace.
Defeated. You can't get it.
So lame. Did I get walked? Oh no, that was the other table. Kings versus Limper. Calls. Diamond on the turn isn't awesome. I'm going to check. Diamond on the river is even worse. It's a save me run out. So I'm not going to pass it up. Probably could have bet the turn, but I mean he's limped, so other than pure floats, what reasonable hands is he going to have that I can beat with kings? I think we'll go ahead and just bet this one naturally. Yeah, that's fine. we can open some of these just because we've been seeing a lot of folds in here. Like an excessive amount of folds. So when we don't have to worry about this player and this player's on a rejam stack, it's kind of just have to get past the big blind, and it's kind of early for a big stack to have to do something stupid. Oof, thought that was going to be good. But it was not. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, you kind of have free reign to bet. If you don't, I will. Preach. He gave too much weight to there being 3 players in the pot. Because this guy, remember, limp called, so what jacks does he ever have, right? Except for, like, jack 10, maybe. That's about right. That's why I folded to the guy. Right? Because, like... Right, like the flop was nothing. The turn was the raise. Yeah, he just raised right at the flush. Yeah. I mean, you definitely don't fold, but you just kind of get it in. Kind of sucks, though. I don't know if range checks a king here ever. This is so annoying because he's so fucking solid. I wish I had the queen of diamonds in my hand. It's like he can just have the ace of diamonds, but he can also have the ace king off. It's so annoying. I should have bet the flop. Because when I check that flop, it looks like I'm trapping. So range just kind of bets his hands. He might have actually flopped a monster. But he can definitely have the nuts with the ace queen suited. He can have a lot there. It's so rough having one pair. Oof. He's feeling good now. This is never anything. And range isn't going to fold a king to 1-bet. The second bet is good, though. Gut shot. Get 3-bet by random. Okay. I think we absolutely go for the raise here. He calls. The 4 on the turn is kind of weird. Not 100% sure. I'm going to check back. Jack on the river is kind of whatever. He jams, yeah. I wasn't sure if he was on the flush draw or not. That kind of told the tale. Either that or he had exactly jacks, so it's kind of weird. That's an annoying one. I like the turn raise, though. Because his flop bet just didn't seem legit. Look at this shit. People are getting wacky. Who are you? Okay, I know you. I like the way this table filled up. Jeez. I think we can call here. Oh, I meant to stay here. Betting 13. I could just jam on this, but yeah. I think it's close. Wow, we're seeing some 3-betting here now. Jesus Christ. I haven't seen any 3-betting until 5 minutes ago. Now 10 times in a row. None of the hands I'm in, but still. Well, one of them, I guess, but I just had 10s. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, are we going on break soon? Yeah. Not a minute. Wow. Set over set for a monster. Was that 3-bet pre-flop? No, it was just called by the Kings. Wow. Yeah. And they both flopped a set. I mean, you can't really fault them for that. I shouldn't have checked that. Play this one out and we'll go on break. Player's got 18 bucks. Really? Alright, if he's got a queen, he's not going to fold, but whatever. Just trying to push him off some kind of equity. Nice. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay. I'll just wait. That's fine. Let's see how they got it in. Small raise, re-raise, big re-raise. Flop comes off 10 high. Bet, call, jam, call. Okay. The min open and then got re-raised to 375, then raised to 11. The call off isn't great pre-flop, but it's close because he has to call 7 1/4. No, it's not close. It's not even near close. I mean, they just weren't deep enough. But whatever, people can do what they want. Where are we at in this? 42 out of 104 left. Top 30 get paid. 815 for first. I don't love this, but versus these players, I don't hate it, especially when I'm going to flop 2 pair. I'm just going to lead right at it. Hopefully this player's got an overpair. If he has ace-queen or king-queen, he'll kind of go off here. I mean, if he's got me, he's got me, but I don't see how. Unless he's got exactly ace-king suited of spades. But he's going to have ace-queen and king-queen here a ton. He's also going to have aces a ton, believe it or not. Plus, I just look like I'm full of shit, right? Unless I have exactly the ace-deuce of hearts, it's kind of hard for him to see what hand I could have. So, yeah. Check that one back. Yeah. I think the only way to make money there is to have him bluff the river. Yeah. What did you have? He had Jack-9. So, yeah, he might have called a bet. He might have called a bet, but I kind of doubt it. Although he's weak enough to be playing Jack-9 off, he's probably weak enough to call a bet on the river there with second pair. Nope. Nope. Guess I should be on these waiting lists, but... yeah, just for the 9 max. Yeah. Nope. Foldy, foldy. I want you to call and you to call. Yeah, that would have been ideal. If both of them had called, I can definitely call with the jack. Suited jack. But if even one of them folds, it's really not worth it. We just check it all the way. I think we win a lot here. Hey, kings for the 4th time in this tournament. Yeah, he's going to have ace-10 and king-queen a lot, right? Ah, king-queen, I was right. There it is. And I'm just going to open. It's still early, so I don't mind this opening size. If I'm going to open with kings a little bit bigger, it's fine. We see a call. I'm just going to bet for value, get a call. I think we go for big value. I don't think this player is really considering the drawing possibilities. I think that's really good. Yeah. He was on the flush draw. I was thinking he could have had like the 10 jack, but I really think it was the flush draw. But when the board rivers out 2 pair, sometimes we get paid by a worse 2 pair. I think we can bet the gut shot and 2 overs. It's kind of close with this fool in.
Queen's not bad. I think we just call, because this is not a queen, but we're kind of getting the right odds. He could have king 10. I think we just won, though, on the river. Yep. I do think we check that. We obviously call this. Check that. The ace kind of sucks. He has a big stack and he can have a king sometimes, but I don't think people blindly bet things. So if he has an ace, he's not going to fold, but I'm just going to bet half pot like I had the king. I'm really just trying to get him off of a really shitty ace or like a pocket pair of like 10s or something, which is possible. I think he's going to hero me though. I just don't see. I mean, he could, yeah. I think he had some, maybe he had like 7s. I think I actually I had to have had the best hand there. Because as the big stack, I really don't think he's worried about much. Unless he had a hand exactly like jacks. Even then, though, like, I don't think you're supposed to fold there, but he might not know that, so. You start thinking everybody thinks like you do, then you end up not betting when you should. Got those kings again. Try me in the blind. I kind of would rather be single opening this, but if range opens, obviously I'm going to 3-bet. Yeah. No action. I think we just call here. Kind of underplaying my range, but I kind of want to have a chance to win the pot with a bet. So I don't want to 3-bet and seem out of line. That's not the worst flop, because there shouldn't be a lot of ace queens. The only thing I'm really worried about is ace 4 and 4s once it's checked to me. I get called. I think we keep betting. Look at this. He fucking flops me dead practically. That's hilarious. Check. He might be thinking about it with ace jack. Yeah. That's the most likely scenario, that he calls flop and folds turn. We just check here. Might win this one. Question is, whose bet do I call? I think I call this player's bet. Nice. Free chips. What was I up against? 4, 6, and ace 5. Yeah, that's why I got to call his bet. Because he has the most likely range that we beat. This player in the blind can have a 7, so when he bets, we can fold. Fold that. Player's limping. Yeah, he didn't open, he limped it. Bets 1, raises to 6, min raises to 11. Ace 5's a thing, pocket aces are a thing, pocket kings are a thing. No means no is going to have more 5s in his range than this player, but there's also pocket 3s in here. Although, it's usually just a move. Okay. Yeah, a lot of good cards for me on that turn. That is not one of them. Like, not good cards, but cards I can bluff through. Like a 10, a 7, a diamond. Drew out of first. I mean, the problem is the 10's not great versus Drew specifically. Yeah, I'm going to fold. Jam 9s. Yeah. Yeah, I think 8s is the line. That sucks. We'll go ahead and bet here. Kings. I bet Kings like 6 times, including the tournament. It's a good takedown. Just because I should have the best hand by a hair, so we got to protect it. Obviously call, check, fold, fold. And let's bet the river in case he has a queen. I don't want to get blown off. My hand just looks like a 9. If he has a queen, he can't fold. Wow. I think he spiked the deuce. I mean, he could have pocket queens, but that's very unlikely. But the way the turn plays, it looks more like deuces. And then he left. Nah, he was full of shit. He just had the queen. I was still beat, but it's just whatever. People do that right before they leave. They do some stupid big move. Well, it's my last hand anyway. But I was beat. No hero call there, thank you. Wasn't like I blocker bet it. I bet half pot. That's straight value. Where are we at over here? 21 out of 88. So what does that mean? We need about 77. Nah. We need about 75,000 for the in the money average. All right. That sounds about right. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't care if anybody wants to jam for the whole stack, we can play. Nobody's limping that much down the line. So, worst case scenario, it's a pair of 10s. And typically nobody's going to do that either. 7's alright. Try me usually bets most flops, but sometimes when he gets something, he decides to check. The ace might just be too scary. Why are you always fucking raising turns? That's kind of weird. Go ahead, man. I mean, I don't think I can continue there unless I have like ace 10 or something. But I probably shouldn't because there's a lot of 2-pair and set combos. It's just mathematically I think I would have to call and see if he bets river. Come on, re-raise. This fucking maniac.
calls. 5's probably the worst card in the deck. 3's not bad. Just kills my action though, man. What'd you have? What did you have? It's not even showing me. Everything's malfunctioning. We can bet here. Fold there. He had ace 5, so he had the open ender. He paired it on the turn. And then, yeah. Oh, golly. Foldy, foldy. That is tempting because we're going to get a lot of free flops and turns here. That's not bad. I mean, Drew sometimes goes off with a big pair, but I mean, I'll take a pull off here for a club or a 4 for half pot, or that's pretty good. I still don't think I want to bet it. I think we just call that. It's kind of a bad bet, but I really can't raise it. That's a great card. I mean, can he have the ace of club flush? I guess. I'm going to bet the full pot. Fuck him. Yeah. That's fine. I think he just had a jack. Man, what is going on? Local internet. Aces. Only the second pair today. Raise, you got it. Nice. I don't always play the 5s up front for this exact reason.
No.
Ace king and he just calls it. I mean, this guy's hilarious. You can have it. Really? I don't think he's going to bet without value here. So I think we just check. Yeah. I think he's on like 8-10 or something. Right? So we win a lot in the showdown. What'd you have? Ace 6. It's not a call, man. Yeah, why not? Foldy, foldy. So we see a raise, and I re-raise the player 4-bet. Guess we just call. We're in position. It should scare him a bit that I could have aces or kings. I think if he goes absolutely banana crackers, we fucking give it up. I don't know you well enough. I'm gonna call. Deuces are good over here. Yep, there it is. Alright. So he had a big pair. Ooh, this is fun.
Nice. See, I don't make that flop call. That's where I get over on the guy. Because when he raises, I make the flop call. I don't make the flop call, but when I raise, he makes the flop call anyway. And has to fold turn. Which is fun. Nope. 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 If this guy calls, Dane will 3-bet about 80% of the time, so I'm going to jam on him. Nope, I'm going to check. He's never going to fold, so I'm just going to continue checking for the loan value of my ace-king. Yep. Never going to fold. Never going to fold. Thing is, he's not going to fold the flop, and then he's going to call the turn when he has the diamond, which is insane, but I'd have to triple barrel, and it still might not work. I think the ace would have been so perfect here. Oh, wow. 10-8. This guy's hilarious. All right, let's just call in position with the ace-jack. Could definitely 3-bet, but I don't think I mind calling here. That's kind of a one-note flop. I'm going to bet it. Guy behind me could have king queen for sure, but I think if we bet here, we just represent king jack, king 10, king queen. I think as long as nobody like Drew doesn't have like a 9 or something, I think we're okay. Look at this. Raised, re-raised, and flop the set. Ooh, takedown. I'm just going to bet. Player bet small. There's really no reason for me to believe that he has anything, so I guess we just call and wait for him to make the big turn bet. Ace in the river is okay. Not great. He can have a lot of ace-jack, you know, queen 10. I am going to call ace-king, and that's fine. I'm going to call here, and I'm going to check the river. He should never have a 10. 3-betting unless he has exactly ace-10 or king-10. So the move here is he's going to jam, and I'm going to snap call. He can also have like ace-jack or ace-king and go for the bluff. But I'm never folding here. I just can't. I mean, I might as well have a 10 here. Look at this guy. Checked it all the way and got there and got nothing out of it. He was thinking about going for it. Do you have an ace? He had king queen. That's why he didn't go for it. Well, we played it perfect. Because he never had a chance. He was dead on the flop. That's hilarious. He just kept on betting. Oh, put that flop over here. I was just going to say, I think I'm flopping a little bit too much in some of these cash game scenarios. Although against this guy, I really don't mind it because we're not going to see too much heat unless he hits. Liquid call. That's a great turn. He's not going to pay this. Unless he has the flush, then he's going to raise it. That sucks. That really sucks. Wow, that is brutal. I could have just checked it, but he's just going to check back and have King Jack or Queen Jack a lot, so we have to bet fold for value. That was rough. That's exactly why he checked the turn. I'm going to check. Just whatever, bro. I don't care. If he had acted faster, I would have called it, but it's just so obvious, the 8. Small raise. I'm going to re-raise. Just want to position on a razor on this table for once. Yeah. Dane hasn't gotten involved in a pot yet. He's been here a minute. He's been here for like 20 hands. A lot of the pots are coming down between me and this guy. What happened here? This table's not great. I mean, I haven't been here that long, but I mean, all the money's on my right, but it's just not a lot. I mean, having this player here is nice. Who are you? Alright. I'll stick around. I was looking to switch tables, but I think it's alright. Dane 3-bets. He loves to 3-bet. I do think we call some implied odds. I don't think we fold. Can have a king sometimes. Son of a bitch is working the money in. Good for you. Now he's awake. $31 out of 75 in the tournament. I mean, it's only 15 blinds, but it's way too many chips for me to play for, especially out of first. Well, decision was made, but that made it even easier. Ace 7, and it just pulls right off. That's hilarious. Jesus. That is fucking disgusting. This is the worst. I got big raise. Nope. Somebody else needs to call. Honestly, I believe we can cold call that. Because we're not going to see the 4-bet very often at all with these players. Risky, but I'm just going to call. That kills my action. It also beats me sometimes. 9 on the river. I'm going to go big. Yeah, he's going to have like kings or aces here with the ace of spades. Kings with the king of spades, yeah. And that big bet on the river just looks like, you know, ace queen with the ace of spades or, you know, Garbo. It's a nice one, though. Nice that the board paired off. When the board pairs off, it's also horrible for him because I have less combos of sets. And having 8s or having 3s is so unlikely there. Do I want to... All these tables are full. But I like this seat. I mean, I guess... Do I want to give up... you know what? I'm going to give up this table. I've been here... No, wait a minute. I guess I'll give up this table. That's almost doubled. I mean, not really, but I've been there for like 120 hands, and it's not moving. So it's a good time to get off the table. So I could play them all, but I kind of like the 4-2-1 setup. That was kind of a... I mean, it wasn't substandard. I think it was just played well. It just he read as kings or aces. I don't know why. Okay, it's never ace-queen. It's never queens. It's never jacks. It's just kind of... Everything makes sense. Normally I'd 3-bet here, but Dane is kind of weird and I'm out of position, so... I think I'd rather flop the most equity anybody's ever seen in their life and then play the pot. Maybe we see a raise from Dane. Nope, we see a raise from me, though. I mean, sometimes he has ace-king, I guess, but he can also have king-queen, king-jack. King-10 jams here. He can have some jack-10, I guess, because of the open-ender, but I don't think we fold to the jam now, and we have to jam rivers. Really, the only thing I'm worried about on the river is kind of an ace. He could also have the ace of clubs in his hand and not know exactly what to do. Because it's just the ace of clubs. Like, is he trying to figure out if I'm trying to jam turn or if I'm trying to jam river? If he jams on me now, I think it's 50-50 that he has jack 10 or a set. But we're absolutely not folding. Yep. Jack 10. Just pulls the double gutter right off it. Had only 7 outs. 6 of them clean. 6 clean outs and fucking hits it. Like, and I know that that's the case. And there's just no way to... Even if I jam the flop, he's not going to fucking fold. It's so fucking brutal. But it's 50-50 because he's going to jam king-10, you know, with the open-ender. He's going to jam king-jack. Or ace-king, rather, which has me beat, but I have a lot of equity against. But that was just fucking ridiculous.
And this moron leading out is what fucked it up. Because with that exact hand, he only checks the turn, then I don't lose very much. But because this idiot leads and I have to raise, it's kind of annoying.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry. Really don't have any idea how it's such a bad idea to bet that small on the flop. Like, after you 3-bet, he should be betting much bigger with his equity there. But he was betting like he had nothing. And then, of course, he gives me a free pull, and I'm going to crush him every time I hit. It's just so bad. Yeah, I'm going to ditch this table. I don't like it. It's just not working well. Which is a fine reason. So player leads half pot. He should have an ace a ton. I guess we just fold. Nice traffic. You don't go for the 3-barrel? How bad this board is to bet. You don't go for that. And that's the one I didn't 3-bet him on. It's so funny because I didn't 3-bet the suited king-queen. For very specific reasons, because of this player behind, because of him opening so small. It's pretty good versus this player who's going to bet every flop. Never the turn. He might bet the river. Never folding to him. It's like the same thing every time. He's got like airball here, right? Oh, he had an 8. Good for him. Just drawing very slim, sir. Actually, he's drawing dead. Jack comes off. He goes broke. Pretty easy. No. Nope. I'm probably supposed to call this versus these specific players. I think I have to give that up even to him. It's just such a bad board for me. Like, I'd have to have specifically... Well, I guess I could have the ace-6 of diamonds or whatever, but... think we can defend. It's kind of a good flop for my supposed range, but bad for my actual hand. And this player is kind of face up. He's very ABC. So we're not going to be pulling any moves. I'm just trying to get him to pay me down with the jack, which he will if I keep doing that. So there's no point in going for the small bets anymore versus this player, because he's always going to call the flop. So when I have value hands, or I plan on just going bang, 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 I should just be betting big. Check. And he sees too many flops to bet small. But we never want to float him, because that's where I make my profit. Just betting him off after he calls, and then not even calling his flop bets. Three bet by a very basic player. You got it, sir. I mean, if there's anybody I'm going to fold that hand to when they three bet the button, it's him for sure. I haven't seen this player play many pots at all. Plays every hand. Gonna bet. He calls. I do think we can bet the turn for value, believe it or not. He's gonna have more flush draws than anything. If he picked up a 4, he'll raise. Ace in the river kind of sucks. Sometimes he has a queen, but never really. So we just bet, bet, bet. Get value. Or can't bet the river because he's never calling there, but it's kind of hilarious that I was able to get 2 streets out of him. Never really was worried about being beat either. Yeah, just do it to him. It's fine. I don't need to do everything. Aces. For only the second time today. Ace is pretty good. I'm just going to check. I think I have to give this one up. I'll go for the big bet on the turn. Guess 4-5, I'll puke. But nope, you picked up a set. It's no good, sir. Fishy, fishy. That's got to be depressing. You hit your miracle card on the turn. Get the money in. And you're drawing to 1 out. Oh, and then he left. Guess we can see what other. I guess we can get on some waiting lists here. Yep. Raise, raise. I'm just gonna call this one. Forever's kind of solid, so I think we'll be able to figure out what's up here. But tens is a nice range hand to figure him on. Kind of put yourself in uncomfortable situations, but I think it's worth it. I was thinking for quite a while, which doesn't make me that confident. I think we go ahead and bet here. And I think we check this one, try to get him to bluff. Sometimes he does actually have a flush, but I think a lot of times here he's got like eights or ace-queen. Ace-queen, yeah, that makes sense. So we get called twice after Drew raised, so Drew should have more pairs. But he can have some suited ace-nines. Leading the turn is kind of like wackadoo. Especially with spin in the small. I don't know what that is, but I think I have to call it. I mean, does he just have a 9 here? He should never bluff me if he has a 9. Jacks. That's so funny because I was thinking jacks. Why would he bet the... I mean, he makes more if he just checks the turn. That's kind of... It's definitely interesting. I guess he was playing it as a trap. But it's like the worst trap ever played. Why are you taking so long range? Might actually have something good here. No? I don't know why he took so long. I don't see him as a guy who does the pause, check, fold thing. It's not a lot for this player to have, so we'll just check until he bets. And he's going to have a flush a ton here after that rhythm. Yeah, we're just going to fold. That's one where he's like, should I bet the flush? But I don't want to get check raised. And then when I check the river, he's just like, okay, well, now I got to bet my flush. And ditch. 3-bet. I think we'll just call here because I don't know what the other player is doing. Nice catch. Nice catch. I could have just bet flop, but I feel like it's such a bad board for me, which is fine, I guess. It's better just to give it up, and because nobody's ever bluffing there. The problem is that I let him get there, like that I let him hit with ace king or ace queen or ace jack, but I don't think he's supposed to fold. Again, he doesn't know that, but I don't think he's supposed to fold ace king or ace queen suited backdoor flush. Or ace jack suited, rather. But he might not know that. He probably doesn't know that. $59 left in the tournament. I'm gonna go ahead and bet this one, make it look like a pair. Yeah, I should have bet the other one. Yeah, I really think I let him into that one. He definitely beat me by the river, but I let him get there.
there. This player has been very tight on both tables. And he's definitely getting tired of my shit, but I don't think he knows how to counteract it. Hey, thank you, Majestic. Much appreciated. Appreciate it. It's been going pretty good. You know, we're kind of just milling around, doing nothing. Well, it's not true. I'd be doing really well, but aces cracked and ace king raced versus ace queen, didn't win that one. So other than that, though, so I do think we call here. That's a good card. It's such a bad river. I was thinking there's a lot of rivers I'm gonna lead, but that's like one of the worst ones. Like not even the king or the queen is really my issue. Like any flushy card, any straightening card, even a deuce I can lead the river there, but I really can't lead it on a jack. Well, this is a limped pot, so I guess we just try to get value out of draws. I wanted to raise this one pre, but I don't know what the level of limp this player has is. The Kings. I bet Kings like 7 or 8 times now. I mean, this player is one of the tighter players, and he's raising from the small blind. I got to imagine he's got a good hand here. And he sees me as full of crap. The ace absolutely sucks. He's going to bet the turn. I'm going to have to call, but if he bets river, I can fold. I mean, unless he has exactly ace-queen here, this bet shouldn't get raised. He can have queens here a lot. You know, hands like king-queen or queen-jack, queen-10. You can even have pocket queens. I feel like I'm going to get check raised or a punch, though. No? Alright. Maybe he just had, like, jacks. So spin 3 bets. I'm going to underplay the ace-king. Check. Probably going to float the flop, and then if he checks turn, I'm going to lead river. Check. He checks turn. Well, now I have the nuts, so I'm going to lead river. I was going to lead bigger if I hadn't hit the nuts, but... Hey, kings, I can't believe he checked it. Why would you check it? Why? What's the turn? Like, I can have king-queen, I can have ace-queen. What's the purpose of checking the turn? Like, really that worried about me having exactly queens or jacks? Like, what? This is awful. Like, why are you... I don't understand this at all. What could you possibly be worried about? I mean, you just... That's just so goddamn bad. We bet this one and always take it down. Player defends super wide. So we just have to make it look like we're overplaying the ace. Like I'm an idiot and don't know how to get value out of an ace. Come on, man. Give me my other seat. I don't want to play another 6 max. I kind of like where I'm at. I'm 3-betting a lot of players, but again, not this one. Because he's the kind of guy who's going to go off for at least one big bet when he misses the flop. Kings again. Oh, come on. Do it. 3-bet's good. That's a super strong range from forever. Ah. All right. I'll be right back. Good to hear, Marion. Man, variance got me good the other day. 0-4 aces all in pre. I mean, it happens. Shit, I have a stream from the 100 to 1K challenge. I wish I could remember the number. It was right around where I was at like, I think I was at like 600 or so in the challenge. And I had a day where it was like a 7.5 or 8 hour stream. And, you know, I'm playing 10 and L, so obviously it's going to happen more at that level. But I got it all in pre with aces, a record for me in 7 hours. It was 10 times I got it all in pre with aces. Didn't win one of them. And to the point, after the first 5, and I was still winning on the session. That was the crazy part. After the first 5, I was just totally numb to it. I was like, oh, it's been another hour. It's time to go broke with aces pre again. But I was crushing. I ended up having like a big profitable day. I did well in a tournament that day too. So it was a big, big score. But it would have been like $100 more if it would have been 50 more if just half of them had held up when I had 80% equity. Well, that's a good seat. So where are we at in this? I'm 44th out of 53 in the tournament. Not great, but not awful. Top 30 get paid.
but we're not looking to hang around. It's not bad though. One double and we're above the average, so that's kind of my, you know, if you have to double twice to get to the average, you're kind of fucked. But doubling once, I mean, I'm in 44th, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30,000. I have 24,000. The player who has 30,000 is in 34th, so he's a quarter of the field more up the ladder, with just 6,000 more chips than me. Oh, that's a beautiful flop. I'm gonna get this guy. I mean, he may just have his ace-queen again, but... Alright, whatever. Yeah, he didn't have shit. I love it. He put in 80% of his money and then just folded. That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, for a spade or a 9. Nope. I think a 9, 10, or jack is actually good for me here, because he should just have... I mean, sometimes he can have ace jack, for sure. Queen's not good. I'm just going to check. He's going to have way more queens. He's going to have ace, queen, king, queen. Yeah, he's going to have a ton of queens. He's never bluffing that river. Like, absolutely not. And I'm not checking the 7, so... Well, at least he thinks I'm not checking the 7. If it is me and I am checking the 7, I am going for the check raise versus that specific player. Just because that's the way that goes. Don't mind this. Tournaments, I don't expect to see too many checks. Super small bet. My check raise would have to be to 81 to steal. It's kind of a lot. I'm going to let it go. Because even if you have the ace of spades here, you're going to call. And then I have to either jam turn, and if you pick up a spade, then you're going to call. Or I have to check turn, and then he's going to jam, and I have to fold. So if I had like 50K, I could make that raise. But I can't make it on this stack. It was close. I mean, there was good removal for the straight, the 10. But I would just have to float, hit like a 7, 8, or 9, and then check raise if he decides to barrel turn. And I might not have enough chips to push him off. He might just be like, fuck, if this guy's got me beat, that's fine, but I have ace-king, you know, like, or I have pocket 9s or whatever. So, it's a good... I still got, what is that, 16.5 blinds? It's not bad. It's definitely a stack that can do damage. Like, nobody wants to lose 20K at this point. Hey, thanks, Team Valley. Much appreciated, my man.
I should find that episode with all the aces cracked and make a video out of it. Because I remember at the time I took it really well, too. Gotta love Poker Man. At 10, I'm thinking about folding aces with a run like that. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it occurred to me. Like, I was laughing at one point, I remember. I was just so punchy from it that the player I was in the big, this one I'll never forget. I was in the big blind with aces, and I'm like, is this the one? Is this the one? And I had been cracked like 6 or 7 times, and it folded all the way around, and it folded very slowly. It was like tick, 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 and I'm like, come on, don't tell me on top of everything else I'm going to be insulted and get fucking aces walked now. Like, it was like ridiculous, right? And I was making a joke out of it, but it folds all the way around to the small blind, who for some reason decides to jam with 9-10. And of course I snap called it, and he just flopped two pair on me. And I was just like, I wish they'd walked it. So this is kind of interesting. I'm going to call here, because if this player jams and this one calls, I'm just going to rejam over the top. But I don't think... Now if he jams, I can actually call. This is weird. Yeah, he's losing his mind. This is him on the other table. Oh, queens, wow. I mean, it's not a 5-bet jam, I'll tell you that. You can definitely call. I can't call because of him behind. He's going to go with any pair. Aces in the bigs. Speaking of aces, hopefully this guy doesn't have 10-9 and jam on me. Well, that was easy. I call. Hold. I really wish I hadn't told that story. Okay, we held. I really wish I hadn't told that story now. After I got just jammed on in the blind with aces. I thought for sure a 10 was coming off. Hey, we're right below the average. Look at this. What was that other one? Did that just go down on the flop? Yeah, it did. The guy made a simple C bet and it just went down. 21 out of 50 now. Pretty good. So we need a 40% increase in chips, so that is like 20k, so 70k for in the money average, it looks like. Because it's about 50 now, so what is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah. 70k is the average in the money. And this fucking guy is raising every hand. I think I should actually 3-bet this one on the button. He just got 3-bet last hand and folded, but this should be profitable. Yeah. He's just opening every hand because he's trying to be aggro monkey, but we're not close enough to the bubble yet for that to work, so you're going to have to 3-bet some of these. Maybe he starts backing off, maybe he doesn't, I don't know. Maybe he's just going to, not raise the mid-level ones anymore, because he's going to be opening King 10 and King Jack when this table's playing that tight, so Queen 10 suited is definitely good enough. I think we can call here. And forever has just been cracking aces left and right. He's been on this table for 463 minutes. Jesus. $10-7. Interesting. Ooh. It's kind of rough when he opens this one. I think we'll just call here. And I get to open, and I'm going to bet, and I'm going to bet, and I'm going to check, and I'm going to check this one. Can he have a queen? Yeah. Can also have some deuces. I think we do have to call this one. Check. Pot. That's kind of a value bet. I'm going to let it go. I don't think it's a flop. Should I just give this guy action? Nah, fuck him. I think we definitely bet here. Sometimes aggression backdoored the flush, but we should have Jack 10 and, every Jack, like, a lot here. So, he should never have a Jack. I mean, it's hard to fold pocket, like, queens here, but he's going to have pocket 10s, too, sometimes, but...
Like if I have ace jack with the ace diamonds, I'm never not betting this river. So I think he's just thinking about calling me with ace high, and yeah, kind of realized it's not a good idea. Do we want to just put this guy in? It's kind of meh with 10-3. I don't know. Definitely don't fold. Diamond on the turn is okay. Diamond on the river is actually really good for me. Ah, he netted it. Because he's going to bluff all rivers that run out diamonds. Because I should never have diamond draws. So, that's a funny one. It was a sweat because of the story, right? The story made it a fucking sweat. Wow, that is a huge bet. Like, that is a huge bet. Like, this is, at minimum, this is the suited ace of hearts. So, I don't think we can continue. We need, like, jacks here to continue. I think he's on jacks a lot. He shoved, I called with 7-8 off and river 2 pair. Oh, yeah. It happens. I mean, the question is, did you 3-bet pre-flop? Did you bet the flop? Did he check raise flop small and then you just called it and it came out, you know, like if he had flopped top pair and you got it in at a lower level, I don't really blame you. I think we definitely call here. When I try to punt, I can't. Yeah, I'm just gonna bet half pot. Sometimes he's got like pair of tens here or something, but
I just don't want to give a free pull to the ace-king. It's an interesting river. He should be more afraid of me having hearts than him having hearts. Or then it's likely for him to have hearts. So he's got like 9s here, right? I don't think I can get him to fold it. Kings? What are these people doing with kings, man? People are fucking punchy. Why did you stop betting? Like, you bet flop and turn and you let me bluff river. Like, why he got half as much as he should have. These people are like really scared with kings. Yeah. This is a very aggressive table, so I have to be kind of conservative with my 3-betting and stuff. I kind of have to flop monsters and get paid. Like, there's no opening king jack off, you know, in the cutoff. Oh, such a pretty hand. Yeah, you got it, man. The king queen's normally an open, but with this player here and this player here, it's not. Soj on the button isn't great either. Wow. Wow. My man called off 35. Wow. What the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck? So, he opened for 6 and then called off 28k more. I mean, he's got 200k, I get it, but still, that's a waste. Like, with Jack 10, like, you're just going to be up against a pair so often. But I guess it's alright, but not really. I mean, it's 28. It was 28k additional. It was 14 more blinds. He only had 2 in the pot. So it was like it was like that. It was 28 to win 36. So that's like 14, 19, 7, 9.5. Yeah, with Jack 10, you never have 30% equity versus this range. Well, more than 30% equity. He had like 32. But you need like a flip. Like, you need to have king queen or something. That's kind of really bad. I mean, but people get chip drunk and it's just whatever. I mean, this is he's a short stack, so I get it. 3-5, the monster. Ace 10's not horrible out of first, but I think I would have raised it because you induce these jams from weaker hands. See, this is tough for me now because if it folds all the way around, which it didn't, but it's kind of tough because I should have some calls versus that, but I don't think precisely with this player being as tight as they are, especially with the tournament at this point. I mean, I'm in 22nd and there's 42 players left, top 30 get paid, so this is kind of interesting. I think traffic's going to keep betting, so if we pick up a spade or a jack, I think this is definitely worth it because he's going to go bang, bang, bang a lot. The 10's not awful because I do get a pair and the clubs are good for me. Sometimes I'm getting raised here, but a lot of times he just folds, right? Having the 10 pair off, it's not like I needed that for showdown, but it just kind of takes everything away. Oh, he rivered the 5. That's funny. Yeah, so he did have jams under the gun. 5s isn't proper. I think you're supposed to I think it's supposed to be 7s, but I'm not sure for his stack. It was 7 blinds. Under the gun. Yeah, you don't have to do that. Because the blinds go through, you're going to have 5 blinds, and you're going to be a lot better off. But, because you're just going to run into... Like, if you had 8s, I could see it. But if you're just going to run into a pair behind and just get fucked most of the time. This is floatable. We have removals on Ace Queen and Ace Jack, or Ace King. Jack's good for me. Obviously call. Jack is good for me, like I said. It's the Jack of clubs, which isn't great. 3-bet pre when he went over the top and I called. Oh, okay. I'm going to go ahead and bet here. I am going to bet half pot here. Sometimes he actually has a flush. I'm going to check this one back now that I picked up the more outs. I'm going to check river. Yeah, he had a 10. I was trying to get a double rebuy in before late reg ended. Oh, then that makes sense. Dude, that's not even a punt. That's a strategy. Have you been watching Negreanu's vlogs? I mean, he's getting into some shit. I mean, a guy with unlimited bankroll is getting into $1,500 buy-ins with 15 blinds. And today he punted one off, and then he was like running from the Bally's to the kiosk, which was next, or from Paris to the kiosk at Bally's to re-enter the fucking thing. You know, with like 12 blinds before registration ended. It was hilarious. His vlog's been really good. Been definitely enjoying them. It's nice. He's doing it every day, and it's like, I guess it's just something to do, right? Like, maybe, I guess, I don't know. I don't know why Daniel Negreanu needs to do that, but yeah, if you're just gonna rebuy anyway, you can take some chances. Like, if you have less than a starting stack or starting double rebuy, you just go ahead and just, you know, I put 2 rebuys into this one, additional than I normally would, because I ended up in a great situation with top pair and a gutter, and got it in 3 ways versus another guy with top pair and the other guy with the open ender, and it was like I had like 12 outs or something like that to come in with 25K versus coming in with 8K. So it's like, when you can do that and then your rebuy cost is $7, it's like, why not, you know? And this is one of those ones where I know I'm behind, but I also know the equity of my hand. Dane get a 3-bet? No, I haven't raised on this table in a minute, so it's kind of not surprising that they gave it up. I don't like this small re-raise garbage. I'm gonna get out of the way, out of the position here, just because this fool's gonna do dumb shit. Yeah, we can raise that for sure. Hey, look, aces. I only had aces. I think it's only like the 3rd pair of aces today. And I've been on a while. I've been on for like 2.5 hours, which doesn't sound like much, but I'm playing fucking 8 tables most of the time. That's 500 plus hands an hour. I mean, I've had kings like 9 times, so. Ooh, good steal out of first. Are we getting that close to the bubble? Yeah. Yeah, we're at, well, I guess it's going to be 75 in the cash, not 70. How did I figure that wrong? No. Yeah, there's 41 left. Top 30 get paid. But I'm sitting 20th here. What you gonna do?
I don't have an answer for.
I don't want to fucking Siri. It's the only problem with his watch is that you fucking hit the button sometimes and it's Siri. Well, we definitely call. This player's more conservative, so he's going to bet big when he hits here. I think if he checks, we can actually win this one with a third pot bet quite often. Yeah. He's got a king. King 10, king jack, something like that. Well, never going to fold the ace 8 suited tree to him.
I'm already sick of this Beyonce song.
Out of the what?
Beyonce song.
You got some anger for Beyonce right now.
And you know I am.
You better not let the
Beyonce
black
stan.
community hear about that.
I am a Beyonce stan.
Well, you know why people are also pumping it up is that she was talking about Happy Pride somewhere like 3 weeks ago, and all the straights are like, "Oh, that's amazing!" Like every fucking LGBT person I know is just like, "Who gives a shit?" Everybody says it. Target says it.
Right.
But every like straight person's like, "That's amazing." Really? She's a human being.
They're playing the song out. Like, okay, it's fine. It's okay.
I mean, how long's it been since she released something?
2 days. No, she just released this song 2 days ago.
No. But how long's it been since before that?
I think the last album was Lemonade, so it's been.
That's like 2 years.
It's more than 2 years. It's like
Was Lemonade pre-pandemic?
Lemonade was pre-pandemic.
Fuck.
Lemonade was like Canada.
No.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure. 'Cause I think I downloaded it to come home for the baby shower. I downloaded the little movie.
No, it wasn't that long ago, was it?
2016. Yep.
Wow. Well, then, yeah, they're going to play the fucking tits off of it. Sometimes he just has king, queen here, but I think when he checks, we win a ton. Yeah, ace, king. It's not really one that I can raise at any point because of all the equities, but it's definitely one I can sit there and hit the call button 3 times on.
Oh no, she had the Lion King album.
Yeah, she had something.
She had the Lion King album from Black is King. That was the whole album. That was in 2019, so it ain't been that long. It's been 3 years.
Still, I mean, it ain't been Rihanna long, but it's still a long time.
Bruh, Rihanna.
Rihanna's like 7 years now?
Yes.
7 or 8 years since her fucking last shit?
She's killing me. And you know it's not going to be the same. She's a mom.
Look, Rihanna is Rihanna. It's going to be great.
I mean, Beyonce definitely slutified after becoming a mom, but Rihanna was already pretty slutty, so.
She like.
I just hope we don't get a whole bunch of, like...
You think she's going to be singing about her kids? Like, are you...
No, I just think it'll be, like, sappy love songs.
No.
Like, I don't want sappy love songs.
No, God, no. Who's the father, dude? Who's
It's
the...
A$AP Rocky.
Are they still together?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, he might be in jail, but they're still together.
Oh, yeah, that's a great... That's an easy relationship to keep intact. Take it from me. Pen pal's easy to keep happy, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, so it hasn't even been that long since the song. It just irritates me because I'm not a real fan of the song. And they're playing it in every reel, every TikTok.
Well, yeah, that's how fucking shit gets made. I was watching a thing that somebody was saying that they have the music companies reach out to like TikTok people, like who take endorsements, and they tell them to use their song in a TikTok that they do. Like Bretman's cousin, you know that girl? Huh?
I believe that.
I mean, it's a good idea, but they also get to have the music early, which is nice.
Yeah, Rihanna's last album was 2016.
Yeah.
As I remember, she was on tour and I wanted to go to Amsterdam to see her. I wanted to see it so bad.
I remember that. I didn't mean to donk this out of position. I fucked that up.
I fucked up and took that birth control on an empty stomach and now I feel like awful.
Oh, I thought I had a chance there. He's down like 500k. Yeah, he's down like 489k. I saw that this morning. It's a pretty good card, typically. I'm going to check and let him bet. I don't think we can get called by worse. So I think we can only get him to bluff. I can have hands like 8-9 in the blind, right? And he might go for a bet with like a 10 or like pocket queens or something. I definitely can't fold. Kings, yeah. That's how you get paid by kings. Man, these people are fucking spooky. Like, at least in that one, there was 5 of us in the pot, so it was very likely that somebody had a jack. But, I mean, after I check the turn he's supposed to bet, and then check river. And that's what I was waiting on, because I was setting up the river to make it look like a bluff. But yeah, he's down like 489k right now, and they're like 3 weeks into the fucking thing. It's crazy. But, you know, he's also played like a couple 50Ks and a 25, and then there's the 100K coming up in 2 days, I think. So he's probably slated a mill for bankroll while at the series, but, I mean, last year he was fucking stuck like 700K and ended up doing really well and making it all back and, you know, then some. I think we just check here. I don't see what calls me if I bet, but I do see bluffing here. Sometimes, like ace jack, ace king not so much because it's too valuable. Ace 9 he should have bet. Because that's never going to win in a showdown. Like ace king can win in a showdown, but ace 10 I guess you can bet, but ace jack I guess you can check. But that's bad. But then again, he doesn't know that. I'm gonna let it go. I don't really. I'm just gonna limp. I could definitely open this, but I think it's better to keep the range wide. I'm just gonna bet. He can have a lot of aces. I think we just keep getting value here. I'm just going to call again. There's a lot of raises behind. Just going to keep betting. Sometimes he has 9-10, but a lot of times we just get paid right the fuck off. He's just going to have 2 pair. Oh, he had ace queen. Wow, I'm surprised I didn't get more. Just going to call here. King in the river is kind of awesome. I think I can make it look like a bluff. Maybe I have to bet bigger, but I don't think he had anything, honestly. I don't think there was much there. I think he was just betting on the ace of diamonds. Really? All right, let's do it. Beat the snap call. Oh, really? You have raise folds from the big this close to the bubble? You suck, bro. That's pure GTO. Any fucking old guy, and I'm thinking of a couple, would tell you that that's a fold when the guy 3-bets from there. Especially when you're 34 left and top 30 get paid. It's absolutely not. Because he's going to 3-bet ace-jack and king-queen because of the removal, but he's never going to call off. Because I should never have ace-king, ace-queen there when he has king-queen in his hand, but he's never going to call off after I jam. So the fact that he re-raises small near the bubble, it's actually weaker. Because if you wanted to get called by aces here, you would re-jam on the bubble. Or called with aces. Called by aces. That's nice, though. Puts me in 18th place. Just 10% below the average, I think. It's not bad.
only like this because this player defends super wide. And I'm going to flop the nuts. See, that's why I like this hand. So if you're going to play 6-7 out of position, especially if it's suited, just flop the nuts. That's my advice. So this player betting the full pot is kind of whatever. I think we just raise him right here. He's going to go off with an 8. Sometimes he just has flush draws, but yeah, he just rivered the ace for the flush draw. That's hilarious. Thanks, bro. Took long enough, but I knew I'd get you. Like I said, he just defends too wide, and he's just too much of a POW. Woo, that was fun. Okay. Not bad. Fold, fold. Yeah. I can peel. Alright, now you got it. Yeah, I'm going to sit out on this table. Soj raises small. I'm going to go for the larger 3-bet. Was this Casa del what the fuck? All right. Yeah, he just folded. Soj does this thing when there's limpers where he makes these small opens that are like pure steals. So it's good to recognize that. Look at this, my man with aces here. Yeah, I kind of like this seat. Dane's going to be pissed that I came and sat here, but whatever, fuck him. After his money, too. I think we'll just call with the suited ace-queen. Yeah, we can raise that. Nope. Nope. This is kind of nothing. I'm going to call it. He should be checking turn unless he has a pair. These are the boards he should be more likely to check. See, this is like the other thing, like where he had kings. Like I have no doubt that he has like a weaker pair. That's the thing. It's like they don't protect. They could just blindly bet with 9s there or 10s, you know. Instead of like kings, he's gonna check because it doesn't require protection. He just got 12, so hopefully his run good started. I love watching the man play, dude. You see Crazy Lady Drama's Second Family Blackmail? Yeah, I did. That shit was fucking bananas. Yeah, I saw that. Do I want to play this table? What's the story with this one? I could have raised that for sure. I guess I'm gonna ditch this table. I've been there too long. I mean, I guess I could ditch this one too, but they're all kind of the same. Although this is a worse seat. You know what? I'll stay on this one and I'll get rid of this one. Sitting 14th in this now. Pretty good. Huh. Okay. I mean, this is really the problem player. So I think if it checks to me, I'm just going to bet. So should bet. It's a really great betting spot for him. Yeah, I'm just going to bet. I think we can call this. There's a lot of backdoor draws. 10 can be good quite often. I mean, I'm basically just saying I have a jack. I don't know what this is all about. This could be a trap. Obviously, if anybody else calls, we're just done with it. Wouldn't mind seeing a 3 on the turn or something.
5. I mean, if you have pocket jacks here, this is perfectly played. There it is. We check, and the 10 is good? No, because Soj had a jack. That's weird. Alright, re-raise here. And he called. This has got to be aces. This has to be aces. Played poorly. Jam, Soj. I mean, what the fuck? 8s and jacks. Wow. Setsy over set. That's hilarious. I mean, like I said, it's played perfectly if it's just jacks, but it's so rare to see set over set there. I guess it makes more sense because of the raise and then the re-raise. That's funny. Yeah, the second family blackmail thing, it's not a real thing, but they obviously reported it to the guy, or reported it to the cops. It's a nice one. .33 left, sitting in 15th. Well, why not? Yeah, I said I was going to get off this one, right? Yeah, it's just trash. Ooh, small pair near the bubble. I mean, it's only problematic if it folds to me. Because then I'm just going to jam. This I don't mind, because I can absolutely call, and this player's not going to re-jam very often. And when he does, and this player folds, I can actually consider calling. I'm going to go ahead and raise here. Check. Well, we're calling that. Check. And we're going to bet the river. He actually had an ace, and he called me with ace-deuce. That's hilarious. This is kind of weird because this player limped. I'm surprised he called that. Well, good to know where you're at. He's just got too many chips to play well. I bet minimum on the flop, and I called him with the ace out there, and then I bet the river. Like, what is he... That's the thing. He's not thinking, what do I have? Like, he's absolutely not thinking it. It's fine. I'm still in 22nd. I'm going to call this one. I wouldn't usually, but I don't know this player, and he's doing an imposition thing. I'm going to go ahead and bet the turn. I can have a jack here. River comes off. I'm going to bet again. Unless he has exactly a flush, I should get through here. Yeah, thank you. Don't do that. Don't you mess with me. You don't know where the ace of clubs is. Are you thinking about it? Wow. Good for you. That's afraid to go the flop for a queen. I'm just going to check. Because I should have ace-king a ton here. Check. I mean, he's in the blind. He can have a lot of shit. So I guess we have to bet here. And bet big so it looks like garbage. This is that same scenario. Now it gets tough. I mean, he's never going to bluff, but I'm not going to win. So he's just going to have a better ace a ton. I think we'll check. Credible did 3-bet. So I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, this is never a bluff. This is just, he just got a confidence card is all.
So that's an interesting bet sizing when he down bets on the flop. I mean, I know you don't do this with aces. You don't do it with kings. I guess you're doing it with all ace, king, ace, queen combos. This call, because he's in the blind, is bothersome, but I still don't think for this price we can fold. We're both in the blinds, incredible sitting there. You can't love this with aces. Especially with our history. You really can't love this with aces. I mean, does he go for the big bet here? I don't think it's a good idea. 6 on the river. I think we go ahead and bet. Sometimes this player has a 4 and just can't fold, but this is the most likely line for me to have a 6 is this run out. I mean, you have to call with a 4, but he, again, might not know that. Because I should have a 4 the exact same amount of times I'm going to have a 6 here. He's not folding a 4. The only thing I'm really trying to get him to do is fold like a pair of 8s or better. Nice! I definitely did not have the best hand there. 100% not. But that's a nice little, nice play there. That's one of those ones that just, it's like a math problem, you know? You just kind of figure it out. That was a really nice one. Actually, that might be my favorite hand of the day. Yeah. Easy call. That's a bigger bet on the flop. I mean, he just saw me. This is kind of weird. I think I have to call. Yeah, 7-8. Yeah, felt like he rivered it. So this should just be over pairs. It can be some ace kings. The problem is it could be ace king suited. If I had a pair in here, like if this was the 4, or if this was a 4, I would call. But I don't think I can continue. Booked another Vegas trip for the end of the next month. Time to make some more money. Nice, TZ. Yeah, you crushed that South Point tournament, right? I think the event of this week was Chainsaw ended up over there, Alan Kessler. And he played the Rose tournament that they had and ended up final table. And when Alan Kessler makes a final table and it's 3 in the fucking morning, he's the master at talking everybody into a chop. So they ended up chopping it. I believe they chopped it 9 ways for like $2,000, which on a $300 buy-in, pretty good. I mean, I think top prize was probably something like 4. So it was probably like 48 or something like that. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, that's my favorite hand of the day, those pocket 7s. It's just so well thought out. Like it's basically I just turned a hand with equity into a total bluff, and because I have 7s, very unlikely somebody has 6-7 or you know, some other combination of 4-7 or something weird like that. So, like I mean, it's obviously the same move is going to happen with pocket 8s, but I definitely don't think I had the best hand. I think somebody had a pocket pair bigger than mine. Oh, look at the little head on the pillow. Put head on pillow. Yes. Reminds me
I
of
keep
kind of
moving over and he keeps like tucking under and
He's not having it.
He's like, it's my birthday and he will give
Yeah, dude was out of his fucking mind. I love how they laughed at him, but realized that crazy situation could have been especially when he started to say see you soon. Yeah, that was fucked up. Yeah, I mean, he's this fucking celebrity, man. I mean, at some point you got to you know, take the shit seriously because it can be fucking scary. You know, Paul McCartney got fucking stabbed in his own fucking home by a crazy ass fucking fan. I mean, to tell me that Negreanu doesn't have enough fame to have a crazy stalker?
I hate this, but I'm getting the price. 67. I have to win 67. I only have 50 behind. I mean, he'd have to call too, so I'm going to let it go. I think if I had pocket sevens, I would call here. The reason why those sevens were able to steal was because of the sizing of Creditable's bet. He basically just told on himself for what he had. Like that he just had two unpaired cards. The fuck is that? You win, sir. You jam 100 plus blinds into the pot for a 3-bet. You win. Do it now. Yeah, this player's trying to go off, so we'll get him. We'll get him. He's being very aggressive. It's hard because he's on my left, but I definitely think we can set him up with small goading bets. Where are we at in this thing? 24. We're on the stone bubble, and there's a guy with 200 chips. This is weird. So this was the razor. I called, he called, and then he leads. This should be two pair a lot. Sixes are nice to have here, but I'm gonna give it up. Just because a 5 or a deuce can come off, and it's like my equity goes through the roof. Yeah, he should just have two pair here. It should honestly be like 4-3 more than anything. This shouldn't stop him. I don't know why you would check here. Unless you have exactly ace-5, I don't know why you would ever check here. Ace-4, two pair. Why don't you bet? You're getting called. Because because he's that deuce helps him because the guy's just going to sit there and go, this fucking guy never has ace-5. Meanwhile, forgetting about the fact that he led into him the last two streets. So he just sees that the guy doesn't have the straight, so why would he bet? And then, of course, the guy rolls over the best hand. I'm going to limp. I want to see what happens. Hand for hand. Oh, we're going on break. Love the South Point tourney. He's going to play at the Golden Nugget again. Love the Nugget. Had a great tournament experience there. It was like 700 or 800 players and ended up coming in like 40th or something. It did very well. This is years ago. This is like me and Courtney. I don't think we're married yet. Oh, I think that's the money. Yeah, there's a player who's pending. I'm just going to call. I'm going to underplay the ace-king because of Tenacious here. Yeah, we're in the money on break. Look at that. I'm just going to let this go. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're in the money here. 34,000 chips. The average is 83,000, which sounds really bad, right? But I'm sitting in 24th place, and one double puts me in 16th place, so I don't mind it. It's so top heavy, the chips are so much up top, that if you have the average right now, you're in 11th place out of 30. That's pretty crazy. Usually you see it halfway up or 2/3 up the field, but this is 3/4. I don't like that. So, I mean, we're obviously not going to play it soft, but we got time. I mean, you know, I got, what do I got? 8.5 blinds. It's kind of a lot at this, you know, skill level. It's kind of a lot. I'm going to keep the stream going through the tournament. I got a crick in my neck. Oh, I just cracked my whole back by twisting my head like that. And it just went right down my spine. That was really good. All right. I mean, a double here is 70K because the blinds will be in there. Oh, we come back from break and it goes, congratulations, you're in the money. And it just starts the game. It's pretty good in position. This is kind of rough. That's actually nice, because now I can just call. I was going to say, if it folds to me, I kind of have to jam, which I don't know if I love, because a lot of players say fuck it right after they hit the cash. But when he limps, we can definitely limp behind. Everybody called me? I'm going to check behind. Just 6-7 just got there. Sometimes, you know, people have deuce 3 or ace 6 or some kind of overcards, but queen jack is definitely a possibility. If it checks to me, I think I win a ton. But this is my issue, this guy. Yeah. He's the most likely guy to have a set or 6-7, so. Oh. I guess we're jamming here. Because the player's sitting out. It's wide. But this player's sitting out, so I kind of have to because of the dead money. This player can just have Jack 10. Yeah. He can also have like 8-9 or something. That's just a pure, you know, like, he knows what I'm doing, but you still have to be able to call me. And when you're sitting there looking at, like, you know, King 10 or Ace 5, it's kind of really hard to call that. It's even hard to call it with King Jack, because I'm going to shove King Queen all day. I'm going to shove every good ace, you know, because it's just worth more to me to take down the blinds. No, thank you. Love this small 3-bet garbage. Yeah, this guy likes paying off, man.
No, not with him limping. I don't know what this is, but he's limping a lot of hands that should be raised. He's got, like, big stack fear. How many chips do you have? Oh, you only have 9K. Alright. Nice jam, Spec. Really nice jam. I think if Dane 3-bets, I'm going to 4-bet this one. He's just so compulsive with the 3-bets. That sucks. If it folds to me, I'm going to jam. And if Spec opens, I'm going to jam. I'm going to jam over that. My only problem is running into a weird ace over here. I don't know what Dane's doing. Usually he's much faster than this. Really? That's a good card for me. Now, unless he has exactly aces or kings here, that's a really good card for me. Because it takes away the combinations of sets he can have. Yeah, this might just be aces or kings, but I can't fold. 52 over here now. Just check. King 9. Okay. So that's what it was. This is his bubble range for 3-betting pre. It's like right on the edge. Yeah, I don't think I like this table shorthanded. Love to see Dane 3-bet me here. I don't like this table either. Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck off with this one. If I get back in, I'm gonna be on Dane's left. Takes a long time and then calls. Snap check. I'm just gonna bet again. Taking his time again. Ace on the turn. We definitely continue betting. He must be playing too many tables. Yeah, he's on every fucking 6-max. And now he goes for the check raise, but it's bigger than the other one. So I'm not sure how often he has an ace here, but I'm gonna let it go. I don't know. I should have bet bigger. That's the problem. I should have bet bigger on the turn. I guess I could have just checked it behind, right? Why is he taking so fucking long? He's usually very quick to act. 51K over here, 20th out of 27. There's some pay jump at 25, 20, and 15. And then 9. But they're very small. Like a min cash is 27. Yeah, fuck this. I'm not down with this table. I mean, there's just so many other better tables. Let's check here. Hey, 4th pair of aces. So Dane directly on my right is not good. This isn't bad. I can look kind of funky doing this. Fucking guy. Ugh. He's raising. We obviously call. Sometimes we're up against a set of 4s, but I think a lot of times it's just king-queen or ace-king. Yeah. He can have queen-jack a ton, but I don't think we can fold as played. Ace-jack. Yeah, it felt like a flush draw on the turn. I don't think I can fold this one, even as tight as this guy is. We're too far to the bottom. Hold. God damn it. 8. Yeah, give me an 8. I can't even call for it in time. Yeah, we're just too close to the bottom.
Yeah, he was just above me or just below me in chips, so yeah, I can't fold there. It's kind of not great for him to jam there for 10 blinds, but whatever. That was a nice one. What did you have? Yeah, you had ace king. That's funny. Yeah, I mean live cards, right? And I'm dead. Totally dead. I go out 26th for, and the call off there is just 60-40. I have to call. The call, so I make $27. Oh, this is going to be funny. I'm going to end my day even, right? Yeah, I'm just going to kill these. I got to walk the dogs and I need a bath and I'm fucking hungry. So I'm not even going to play out the free ones. Come on, hit an 8. Send me out with a profit. This gets tough now. Really? Look at that 8. Look at that 8. I thought about betting right at it, but this is kind of meh. I mean, unless he has quad 4s, right? So I guess we just call. But this is going to be jacks a lot. Well, that was easy. I mean, he can have pocket deuces, right? So we're just all in. Hold. Ace 7 and kings. That's hilarious. Thanks, guys. You made me a profitable day. I mean, I knew this was kings. I don't know what the fuck this is. He was just pulling a pure move, I guess. Well, that makes my day profitable. So let's see where I ended up. Oh, that's so funny. Without that hand, I'm down $10. With that hand, I'm up 90. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. So I'm at 4,741.85. Nice. Sweet. Cool. So, yeah, nice way to go out. That turn 8. Woof. That's why you don't check the flop, bro. If he just bets the flop, that's it. But, well, no, it's not it. But I definitely need, you know, that 8 on the turn is just so brilliant. All right, so made $90. Not great, but, you know, in all honesty, playing 3 hours, $30 an hour, it's only slightly below my expected value or my expected ROI. So I'm happy with it, I guess. It's a short session. Yeah, because we started playing it. Yeah, I started playing it like 8 o'clock. Yeah. No, 7 o'clock. Yeah, 6:45. So, yeah, $90. Pretty good. My last 3 days have been very profitable, and we're at a new record high. So, cool. I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. My dogs have a vet appointment, but I'll be playing probably the same schedule tomorrow on stream. Off stream, I'll play some cash. Might stream that too if I do the early morning. So, thanks for coming out, guys. Stick around for the host. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night.